and gentlemen, once again, to Real Sports Live. I'm Mark Molina coming to you from Corpus Christi, Ray High School, and we got a good one for you. While all the schedules and playoff games are being turned on their heads, right now we have the ending, the conclusion of District 29 5A boys as Victoria West takes on Corpus Christi Ray in a game that has been postponed multiple times during this season throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. We're getting it right now, and it's a big one. The Ray Texans, they win and they're into the postseason as the 4th seed. Should they lose, then we're going to get a bonus game here later tonight, 6:30, between King and Veterans. A Ray loss will result in a Veterans playoff spot, and then they would have to play King for seeding 3 and 4. But first things first, right now, Victoria West in the way of the Texans' playoff hopes. So while we're having the introductions, we're going to take our break, and then we're going to bring you the opening tip to this one, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good one. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
And that was the national anthem, ladies and gentlemen, and we are a go right now. We've got ourselves a huge one here. The Ray Texans playing for a postseason spot exactly where your team wants to be. Of course, you'd like to be clinched and not have to go through a situation like this, but here we are nonetheless.
A reminder to all fans for the safety of everyone, please wear your mask at all times and practice social distancing by not
King, Corpus Christi Veterans, and Ray all vying for a playoff spot. King is in. No matter what happens here, Corpus Christi King is in. Now, what seed they're going to be, we'll have to determine that. But should the Texans fall here, we will have a play-in game. Well, not a play-in game, but rather a seeding game. Veterans would be in. King and Veterans will be playing for the 3rd and the 4th seed. That's the situation we run in here today, but first things first, the Ray Texans must finish up their season against the Victoria West Warriors. A big, big hurdle. And here we go. as we're going to have Jaden Smith jumping against Drake Schultz to start things off here. And here we go. The tip controlled by the Victoria West Warriors as Latrell Barfield tracks it down. Here's a three from Omar Posada. Misses short, rebounded Ray, and here come the Texans off the Victoria West miss. Here's Hill Zanoni at the top of the key, gives it over to Nuremberg. Here's Hill Zanoni. Step back, he's gonna drive, gets it poked away in the paint, gets it back, turns around, out to the corner, wide open. Tyler Stillman takes a three, miss, no good. Back comes Victoria West. Here's Barfield bringing up the ball for the Victoria West Warriors. Below Victoria West, everybody else has fought each other tooth and nail as this one gets deflected out of bounds. A very competitive 29-5A. And these Texans, at one point early in the season, people talked about as one of the top teams in the area. And here they are fighting for a playoff spot. They've been a pretty solid team, but as is everybody else in District 29-5A, the Flower Bluffs, the Kings, Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. And here we're going to have a travel, I believe, and it's going to be Texan ball. And all these teams have really beat up on each other. Any team can knock off the other on any given day. When you look at these two teams, and here's a struggle for the ball between Nuremberg and Barfield. Zanoni gets the ball in. Stillman gives it up to Nuremberg. Zanoni stops, shoots just inside the three-point line, no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Jaden Smith. Back come the Warriors, losing the handle inside. It's Kevin Rankin, but outside it's Barfield for three, straight ahead, he scores. First field goal of the game. We're almost 2 minutes gone, and it's Victoria West up 3-0 on the Ray Texans. Nuremberg, top of the key, gives it up to Hill Zanoni. Zanoni drives off to Cole Dennis, who fires off a three, banks it home. Cole Dennis can do that. He's going to have a big game, but they're going to want to knock off this tough Victoria West team. And here's a runner, good by Omar Posada. Dennis fires off a shot, no good. So it's going to be Victoria West ball as they lead 5-3. Barfield gives it up to Rankin, who drives, shoots over Dennis. It's short. Rebound Barfield, swings it over to Posada in the lane with the little runner. Good. It's a 4-point game, 7-3. Dennis with the cross-court pass to Stillman. They go inside. Turnaround miss, no good there by Scholes. And finally, the Texans score after a couple opportunities there inside. It's a 5-7 game. And back the other way, Latrell Barfield. And it's a 9-5 game, and business picking up right now. Up ahead to Dennis. Dennis goes inside. Here's a little baseline jumper, good. Drake Scholes. And here's a three from the corner, back the other way, Omar Posada. Victoria West leads 12-7. Back the other way, here's Scholes. Trying to go inside to Dennis, it's stolen. Back the other way, Kevin Rankin for Victoria West. Rankin drives, puts it up and in. And Victoria West doubles up the Ray Texans, 14-7. Pass up ahead to Dennis, and Dennis makes a move over to Scholes, back to Dennis, turns around, puts it up and in, and the foul. Go to that replay, just the ball, nice pass up ahead. And here's Dennis, gets it over to to Scholes, and back to Dennis, and Dennis turns around, up and in. Nice play inside for Cole Dennis, and he completes the three-point play, and it's a 4-point game. And we got a foul, and they're going to call this one on Scholes. It's going to be the first foul of the game, and it's going to be on Scholes. First team foul for the Texans. And here's a shot from long range, no good. Hills-Zanoni pulls down the rebound, and back come the Texans. Up ahead, Stillman catches in the corner, back to Dennis, back to Stillman. Goes inside to Scholes and back out to Dennis, who drives, stops, pulls up from around the free throw line, puts up the shot, he's fouled, he'll go back to the line. And that's going to be the second team foul. Actually, we did have a foul prior, so 2 team fouls on Victoria West. As Dennis knocks in another free throw, makes it a 3-point game. And Dennis knocks them both in, and it's a 2-point game. This is the first of a potential doubleheader. Should West win this one, we'll be back here at 6:30. Same gym, and there's a travel inside by Victoria West. We'll have King and Ray in a seeding game, but Ray and Victoria West must conclude this game. Ray wins, they're into the 4th seed in the postseason. Should they fall, veterans will be in, and they have to play a seeding game against Corpus Christi King. Here's Nierenberg, drives to Stillman in the corner. Stillman fires off the 3, yes! And the Ray Texans come storming back with an 8-0 run after being down 14-7, and they take the lead 15-14 on that Stillman 3 in the corner. Posada swings her back around to Barfield at the top of the key, and he's going to pull it back, and he's going to set something up as he resets back over to Posada. Posada drives, shoots, doesn't get the roll. Rebound, Scholes gives it up to Dennis, and here come the Texans as they lead by 1. Dennis stops, pulls up from just inside the 3-point line, no good. Barfield with the rebound, brings it back the other way for the for the Warriors. And wide open from the corner, Kevin Rankin for the 3 on the wing. Wing, not the corner, excuse me. And the Warriors take back the lead, and that's stolen in the corner by Victoria West, and back come the Warriors. And Barfield gives it up to Dion Green, who scores underneath off the turnover. And that's 5 quick points by Victoria West. They now lead by 4 once again, 19-15. Exciting first quarter of basketball here. Nierenberg on the wing, gives it up to Hills-Zanoni. Nowhere to go for him there. Cross court back to Dennis. Long 3, misses short from the wing. Hills-Zanoni rebounds over to Nierenberg from the corner. Yes! Matt Nierenberg with the triple. 19-18. And here's the runner in the lane. Rankin misses short. Ball out of bounds. We're going to have a couple of substitutions. Scholes and Stillman come off the floor. Adeola and Jaden Martinez checking in for the Texans. And it's going to be Victoria West ball. DeAndre Fillmore inbounds. Rankin over to Barfield. Fillmore in the corner. Back out to Barfield. Coming up on 30 seconds to play here in quarter number one. The Warriors lead the Texans 19-18. It's been a good one here so far. Warriors taking their time. They go inside. Rankin turnaround. Jumper won't go. Dennis rebounds. 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. And here come the Texans. Presumably going to hold for the last shot here as time ticks down in quarter number one. And here's Nierenberg for three. Beats the buzzer, won't go, and that's the end of the first quarter. And the Warriors, led by as many as 7, the Texans come storming back, and right now it's the Warriors leading the Texans. 19-18, we're through one. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
And ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Start of quarter number 2. And it's been a fun one here so far as the Warriors lead 19-18. Through one. Big game here for the Texans as they're playing for their playoff lives. Here we go. Quarter number 2. Here's Posada. Gets the ball knocked away out of bounds. And it's going to be, last touch by Victoria West, it's going to be Ray Ball. And looking at the structure and the landscape of 29-5, a really talented team is going to be left out in the cold from the postseason. And there's a talented move right there inside by Cole Dennis. And he gives the Texans the lead right back, 20-19, and we're going to get a carry call, and it's going to be Victoria West ball. Here comes Victoria West. Here's Nierenberg in the lane, gets it knocked away. No, there's the call. It's going to be Ray Ball. There's a bucket inside, it's good, and the Ray Texans lead by 3. And there's a Victoria West turnover, and the Texans are rolling right now, up 3 with the ball. Back, here's Hills Zanoni. He drives to the rack, puts it up high, no good. Aliola tries to come in for the rebound. Doesn't get it, but ball last touch by Victoria West. It's going to be Texan ball. And we're going to have a quick timeout on the floor. I believe it's going to be Ray timeout, so keep it here. We'll be back.
Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And we're back. Ray on the inbound, leading 22-19. Dennis for three. Off the mark, no good. Victoria West with the rebound, and we're going to get a travel called here, and that's going to be called on Jaden Smith. He began walking. They're going to get him on steps here, and it's going to be Ray basketball. Stillman over to Hill Zanoni, and Hill Zanoni tried to drive out to Dennis. Dennis gets the ball out to Nuremberg. Back over to Dennis, and nice perimeter defense here on the outside by Victoria West. Zanoni over to Stillman. Stillman looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Back to the top of the key, it's Nuremberg. Over to Stillman, catch and shoot, deep three. And he gets the roll, another three for Stillman. And it's a 6-point lead for Ray. 25-19, the Ray Texans playing well here so far. Early second quarter, up by 6. Trailed by as many as 7. And the biggest lead for them on the day. And here's a long three off the mark. That was Rankin and put in back down low. The Warriors score in the paint. And to the rack, Hill Zanoni, it's good. Nice finish, strong drive. Lead back up to 6 for Ray after that Hill Zanoni drive to the basket. Nice moves inside for that young man. Barfield, top of the key, swings it over to Zoe Morgan, and here's a three from the outside, no good by Posada. Hill Zanoni with the rebound. He's on the fast break, and here's Hill Zanoni. Gives it up to Nuremberg in transition, bounce pass to Scholes, and out to Stillman in the corner. Gets the ball out to Dennis. Dennis stops, pulls up. Straight ahead three, Cole Dennis, and the Ray Texans are cooking now. Nine-point lead. The Texans lead 30-21. And here's a shot missed inside by Jaden Smith. Hill Zanoni pulls down the rebound, and here comes Nuremberg for the Texans. Matt Nuremberg looking for the drive, gets it off to Stillman, back to Nuremberg in the deep corner. Nuremberg stops, baseline jumper, puts it up. Off the mark, no good. Rankin pulls down the rebound, and here comes Victoria West. And here's Barfield for three from the wing, no good. Rebound inside. And that's going to be a putback attempt by Jaden Smith, but Zoe Morgan draws the foul. He'll go to the line, and he'll shoot a couple for Victoria West. A lot of fight for this Corpus Christi Ray team. They obviously don't want to see another game here tonight. Morgan puts in the first free throw. Dion Green checking into the game for Victoria West. And Morgan 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, makes it a 7-point game. Nuremberg getting trapped there on the sideline over to Stillman. Stillman gets the pass away. Zanoni rifles it inside to Dennis. The bucket and the foul. My, oh my, how that really, really stifling defense there by Victoria West, and the Ray Texans able to get out in front of it. You see here's Stillman is doing whatever he can to get the ball out. They swing it over inside, and Cole Dennis able to score. And Dennis completes the three-point play, and it's a 10-point game. They swing the ball over to Rankin. Rankin drives. He'll get fouled, and he'll go to the line. This game put off so many times, whether it be for COVID-19 or just the frigid ice storm that came to Texas this week. As Rankin misses the first. We have Real Sports trying to get you guys all the games and doing our best. A lot of schedules changing, but you're seeing this one. Make sure to give us a like, share, tell your friends, get the word out. More eyes on the product, always a good thing, as Rankin splits free throws. And makes it a 9-point game, and back come the Texans. They've been hot here the last couple of minutes, especially here in this second quarter. Here's Hilzanoni. Inside, loses the handle out to Nuremberg. Nuremberg resets at the top of the key. Out to Dennis. Dennis on the drive. Dennis puts it up, no good. Pass out ahead. Here's Rankin, and Rankin gives it up out to Posada, who's going to drive. No good. Puts it up. No more. Posada misses again, and that Texan defense inside putting in work there. As the Warriors misfire on a couple of opportunities there, and it's going to be Ray ball. Dennis bringing the ball up the court, gives it off to Stillman. Nuremberg over to Stillman. Over to Hilzanoni around the free throw line. Hilzanoni gives it over to Dennis. Deep corner three. Off the mark, too hard off the back of the rim, no good. Barfield gets the rebound up ahead. And putting it up and misfiring, that was Morgan, who couldn't control the pass. And we have a tie up here between Scholes and Rankin, and they're gonna give possession over to Victoria West. They give it up inside, and in close, Dion Green scores. Back to a 7-point game. And here comes Ray. Here's Hilzanoni. Gives it off to Scholes. Bobbles the pass out to Dennis on the perimeter. Cross court to Stillman. Stillman goes inside to Hilzanoni, working on Rankin. Hilzanoni trying to back Rankin down on the low block. Puts it up. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up and in. Hilzanoni, nice play down low. (35-26), the Ray Texans in front of the Victoria West Warriors. They're inside of 2 minutes, coming up on a minute and a half to go in quarter number 2. And here's a three from Latrell Barfield. Makes it a 6-point game, and that was a pretty big three, seeing as how the Texans have played this quarter to make it a 6-point game, as Hilzanoni going to get fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line. The Texans have led by as many as 10 in this first half, and just trying to keep the Warriors at bay. Hill Zanoni makes the first. Makes it a 7-point game once again. And with that, it's an 8-point game. And we're coming up on a minute to play here in this first half, and it's been a good one. Ray Texans taking control here at the early start of the second quarter. Rankin on the drive, gives it up to Barfield. Another three, and another make for Latrell Barfield. And we got a whistle there, and Barfield makes it a 5-point game, and Victoria West starting to heat up a little bit. Barfield connected from there, the last possession. So back-to-back threes for Barfield and the Warriors. Hill Zanoni gives it up to Stillman, deep corner three, lets it go, off the mark, hits the backboard, and here comes Barfield. He's gonna stop waste for his team, and he tries to cross-court pass it, and he does over to Rankin. And Rankin just tried to give it up down low to Jaden Smith. Wasn't expecting it. Loses the pass between his legs, out of bounds, and it's Ray ball, and we're inside of 20 seconds to play here in the first half. Zanoni on the drive. Dishes it to Adiola. Can't finish. Rebound pulled down by Green, and here come the Warriors. Less than 6 seconds to play. Rankin loses it, and here comes Nierenberg. Nierenberg puts it up, beats the clock, won't go. And that's how we're going to go to halftime, with the Texans leading Victoria West 37-32. And the Ray Texans trying to punch their ticket to the postseason. In good shape right now, leading by 5. We're going to take a quick break, come back, talk a little bit about the first half, and then we'll take you to some first half highlights. So keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the half here at Corpus Christi Ray. The home team, Ray Texans, leading the visiting Victoria West Warriors 37-32. Again, the Ray Texans fighting for a playoff spot. They win, they're headed to the postseason. But should they fall, we're going to have a seeding game right back here at 6:30 between Corpus Christi King and Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. But it's winning you're in for the Ray Texans. They'll be in at the 4 seed. Should they fall, then Corpus Christi Veterans would clinch a playoff spot, and they would have to play for seeding later on tonight. But that's still up in the air. We still got some business to take care of. We still have a full half of basketball right here. And right now, it's the Ray Texans leading 37-32. Check out the highlights and show you how we got here. We'll be back. Just inside the three-point line, no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Jaden Smith. Back come the Warriors, losing the handle inside. It's Kevin Rankin, but outside it's Barfield for 3, straight ahead, he scores. Texans. Nierenberg, top of the key, gives it up to Hill Zanoni. Zanoni drives off to Cole Dennis, who fires off a 3, banks it home. Cole Dennis can do that. He's going to have a big game, but they're going to want to knock off this tough Victoria West team. And here's a runner. Good by Omar Posada. Barfield gives it up to Rankin, who drives, shoots over Dennis. It's short. Rebound Barfield, swings it over to Posada in the lane with the little runner. Good. It's a 4-point game, 7-3. Dennis with the cross-court pass to Stillman. They go inside. Turnaround miss, no good there by Scholes. And finally, the Texans score after a couple opportunities there inside. 7-3. Dennis with the cross-court pass to Stillman. They go inside. Turnaround miss, no good there by Scholes. And finally, the Texans score after a couple opportunities there inside. It's a 5-7 game. And back the other way, Latrell Barfield. And back the other way, Latrell Barfield. And it's a 9-5 game, and business picking up right now. Up ahead to Dennis. Dennis goes inside. Here's a little baseline jumper. Good. Drake Scholes. Jumper good. Drake Scholes. And here's a three from the corner. Back the other way. Omar Posada. Victoria West leads 12-7. Back the other way. Here's Scholes. Trying to go inside to Dennis. It's stolen. Back the other way. Kevin Rankin. For Victoria West. Rankin drives, puts it up and in. Up the Ray Texans 14-7. Pass up ahead to Dennis, and Dennis makes a move over to Scholes, back to Dennis, turns around, puts it up and in, and the foul. Ray wins. They're into the 4th seed in the postseason. Should they fall, veterans will be in, and they have to play a seeding game against Corpus Christi King. Here's Nierenberg, drives to Stillman in the corner. Stillman fires off the three, yes! And here come the Texans as they lead by 1. Dennis stops, pulls up from just inside the three-point line, no good. Barfield with the rebound, brings it back the other way for the for the Warriors. And wide open from the corner, Kevin Rankin for the three on the wing. Wing, not the corner, excuse me. And the Warriors take back the lead, and that's stolen in the corner by Victoria West, and back come the Warriors. And Barfield gives it up to Dion Green, who scores underneath off the turnover. On the wing, gives it up to Hill Zanoni. Nowhere to go for him there. Cross court back to Dennis. Long three, misses short from the wing. Hill Zanoni rebounds over to Nierenberg from the corner, yes! Matt Nierenberg with the triple. Victoria West is going to be Ray Ball. And looking at the structure and the landscape of 29-5, a really talented team is going to be left out in the cold from the postseason. And there's a talented move right there inside by Cole Dennis. Back over to Dennis, and nice perimeter defense here on the outside by Victoria West. Zanoni over to Stillman. Stillman looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Back to the top of the key. It's Nierenberg. Over to Stillman. Catch and shoot. Deep three. And he gets the roll. Another three for Stillman. Trailed by as many as 7. And the biggest lead for them on the day. And here's a long three off the mark. That was Rankin and put in back down low. The Warriors score in the paint. Here's a long three off the mark. That was Rankin and put in back down low. The Warriors score in the paint. And to the rack. Hill Zanoni, it's good. Nice finish, strong drive. And here's Hill Zanoni. Gives it up to Nierenberg in transition. Bounce pass to Scholes and out to Stillman in the corner. Gets the ball out to Dennis. Dennis stops, pulls up. Straight ahead three, Cole Dennis, and the Ray Texans are cooking now. Nierenberg getting trapped there on the sideline over to Stillman. Stillman gets the pass away. Zanoni rifles it inside to Dennis, the bucket and the foul. Give it up inside, and in close, Dion Green scores. Stillman goes inside to Hill Zanoni, working on Rankin. Zanoni trying to back Rankin down on the low block, puts it up, gets his own rebound, puts it up and in. Hill Zanoni, nice play down low. It's coming up on a minute and a half to go in quarter number 2. And here's a 3 from Latrell Barfield. Coming up on a minute to play here in this first half, and it's been a good one. Ray Texans taking control here at the early start of the second quarter. Rankin on the drive, gives it up to Barfield. Another 3, and another make for Latrell Barfield. Shoots just inside the three-point line, no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Jaden Smith. Back come the Warriors, losing the handle inside. It's Kevin Rankin, but outside it's Barfield for 3 straight ahead. He scores. Texans. Nuremberg, top of the key, gives it up to Hill Zanoni. Zanoni drives off to Cole Dennis, who fires off a 3, banks it home. Cole Dennis can do that. He's going to have a big game, but they're going to want to knock off this tough Victoria West team. And here's a runner. Good. Now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your first half stats. We're about 20 or so seconds away from the start of the second half. And Ray Texans with a 5-point lead, 37-32 over the Victoria West Warriors. Should Ray hold on, they'll clinch a postseason spot in the 4 seed in District 29 5A. Should they fall, we'll have a seeding game between Corpus Christi King and Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. But that's yet to be determined, and we still got some basketball to be played right here, right now. And they get the ball into Nuremberg. Nuremberg, the point for the Texans. He had a good half, as did the Texans, particularly in that second quarter. Cole Dennis with the big half. Stillman with a couple of threes, and you see Nuremberg going to get fouled there. And Nuremberg at the free throw line, shooting 2 for the Ray Texans, and he puts in the first. Ups the lead to 6. And he splits the free throws, and it stays 38-32, and here comes Victoria West. Barfield nearly lost the ball between his legs there, but able to get control of it. Here he is, top of the key. Gives the ball up here to Posada. Posada stops, pulls up, shoots, way short. And nice play there by Smith to get it over to Barfield and keep possession for the Warriors. Here's Rankin on the drive, puts it up off the back of the rim too hard. And on the putback, missing, it's Jaden Smith. And the Warriors come up empty on that trip up the court. And here come the Ray Texans. Try to give the ball into Hill Zanoni, does Stillman. And they give the ball over to Nuremberg. He's going to inbound the ball. He gets it over to Dennis, who has to tiptoe the line, and he gives it up to Rankin. And here's Rankin. Nice move past Stillman, and he scores off the turnover. And it's a 4-point game. Here comes Hill Zanoni. Stops, gets it over to Dennis. Dennis shoots, nice one-hander over Jaden Smith. And it's a 6-point game. Stop, there's the runner. Barfield back the other way, banks it home. Back to a 4-point game. Nuremberg gives it up to Hill Zanoni. Nierenberg on the drive, gives up to Hilzanoni, wide open in the corner for the three, misses everything. Rebound, Smith. Here comes Jaden Smith, gives it up to Omar Posada, wide open for the three. He's misfires, Rankin underneath, puts it up and in, and the foul. And Rankin able to follow, get the rebound, and put it up high off the backboard after the missed three in the corner by Posada. And he's going to go to the line, and he's going to try to complete a three-point play and make it a one-point game. And he's off the mark there. Dennis on the drive, turns around, shoots, follows his own miss. Nice play there by Scholes. Here's Nierenberg. Little runner in the lane, misses off the front of the rim, no good. Here comes Rankin, pass out ahead to Posada. Posada, just one man to beat, puts it up, rolls off. He's gonna go to the line as he's fouled there by Stillman. He doesn't get the shot to go, but he's gonna go to the line and can tie it with 2 made free throws. Posada misses the first free throw. The Warriors, trailing by double digits at one point, have slowly chipped away at the lead. And Posada makes the second. It makes it a one-point game after the split free throws. And here's Martinez. Over to Hill Zanoni, top of the key. Zanoni gives it up to Martinez in the corner, gives it up to Scholes. Scholes inside, off the glass, it's good. Back to a three-point game. Here's Rankin. He drives out to Barfield, wide open from the wing. Yes! Barfield ties the game. And the steal. Here's Posada, takes the lead. Off that baseline jumper, the three ball, the steal, and the bucket the other way. Let's go to the replay. And we're gonna get it all here. Rankin out to Barfield, knocks in the three. And here's a steal by Posada. Baseline jumper to take the lead. What a turn of events, and it's now a 2-point Victoria West lead. After 5 quick points there, the Barfield three, the Posada steal, and the baseline jumper, and he makes it a 2-point game, and back in front are the Victoria West Warriors. Let's see how these Ray Texans respond here as they now trail by 2 as they saw a first half double-digit lead disappear now. Martinez on the wing, gives it up to Nierenberg, gets stolen away, and back comes Posada. Open court, nobody to beat, lays it in off the steal. And the Warriors now lead by 4, and they are on fire here in the last couple of minutes. Back over to Nierenberg, catch and shoot from the wing, gets the ball stuck. And it's going to be Victoria West's ball. And from the start of the second quarter to maybe the opening moments here to the third, it was all Ray Texans. They had all the momentum, as we mentioned, up double digits. But since then, the Warriors, they chipped away at the lead, and now in the midst of a run, and Here's Rankin for three from the wing, puts it in. It's a 7-point Victoria West lead, matching their biggest of the game. Here's Dennis over to Stillman. Dennis, nice pass to Schultz with the cut. He puts it in down low. And it's back to a 5-point game. Over to Posada on the wing. Sees the double team and he tries to get it inside. Trying to get it into Jaden Smith there, but luckily it's going to be last touch by Ray. And the Warriors going to keep possession. Smith turns around over Dennis, gets the roll down low. Lead back to 7. And this third quarter has belonged to the Victoria West Warriors. Hill Zanoni gets the pass, working on the low block. No good from in close. Hill Zanoni lays it in from down low. It's a 5-point game, and we're going to have a travel called on Victoria West, and the ball going back over to Ray. So it's going to be Hill Zanoni inbounding from the sideline. Here's Stillman over to Nierenberg, swings it over to Dennis. Dennis double teamed in the deep corner, trying to find something to do with the basketball, and they're going to call the jump ball, and it's going to be possession arrow over to Corpus Christi Ray, so Texans going to hold on to it. Nierenberg going to inbound from right under his own basket. Gets it into Hill Zanoni, goes up, and you see a black jersey's on him, finally puts it up, and he gets the foul call there, and he's going to go to the line. Not a lot of fouls called in this game. That's just going to be the second team foul here in this half on Victoria West, rather in these last 6 minutes. So 4 total fouls here in this third quarter. And it's been a pretty aggressive game, especially inside. Hill Zanoni missing the mark off the front of the rim, no good. Hill Zanoni splits free throws, and it's a 4-point game. Rankin gives it up to Morgan, the runner. Missed short rebound. It's Dion Green with the putback. Doesn't get the roll, gets it again, and he puts it back and lays it in this time. Dion Green not giving up on that play. Got a couple of offensive boards. Misfires on the first putback, but he gets it the next time around, and it's a 53-47 lead for Victoria West as this ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Warriors, going to be Ray basketball. Tyler Stillman going to inbound in front of his own bench. Nierenberg cross court to Dennis. Dennis stops the runner one-handed, no good. Barfield with the rebound inside. And Dennis falls down, and here comes Barfield in the open court. Gives it over to Posada. Posada stops baseline jumper over Scholes. Doesn't get the roll. Hill Zanoni pulls down the rebound, and here come the Texans. Up ahead to Dennis. Dennis lays it in transition. And it's a 4-point game. And back the other way, Rankin with the finger roll won't go. Trying to save it, and does off of Hill Zanoni. And it's going to be Warriors ball. Omar Posada going to inbound here for Victoria West. And he gets it in, misfired. It's Smith and Deion Green with the tie-up, jump ball, and it's going to go over to Victoria West. And there's some confusion over the possession arrow. Obviously, each side pointing their way, but official's going to go with Victoria West here, and it's going to be Warriors basketball. Get the ball into Kevin Rankin on the drive in a sea of white jersey. Puts it up, finds the bottom of the net. Inside of a minute to play here in quarter number 3. Dennis from the wing fires off the 3. It's short. Rebound. Here comes Rankin. Up ahead to Green, but Hills-Zanoni picks off that pass, and here's Nierenberg working on Barfield. Nierenberg drives, trying to get Stillman in the corner. Posada jumps in front of that pass, and here comes the Warriors. Here's Rankin to the rack, off the glass, no good. And it's going to be Ray basketball with Hills-Zanoni to inbound. Inside of 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. 6-point Victoria West lead. Hills-Zanoni, Adeola for 3 off the wing. Stillman with the offensive board, gets it over to Nierenberg, fires off the 3 from the corner, splash, Nierenberg. And Rankin trying to beat the buzzer. There's still a couple of seconds left, misses everything. Hills-Zanoni lets one fly. And we're headed to the fourth quarter, but let's check that last replay. A lot going on. Here's Hills-Zanoni inside. There's a miss there by Adeola. Stillman pulls down the offensive board. Nierenberg back the other way, puts it in from the deep corner. And it's a 3-point game, ladies and gentlemen. Victoria West leads Rave 55-52. Headed to the fourth. We'll be back. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
By the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're headed to the fourth quarter. And it's been a big one here, and the Ray Texans have played just like their lives are depending on it, and they really are here. If they fail to pick up a win here, they are out of the postseason. And Corpus Christi Veterans will come into the 4th seed. And Veterans and King will play here at 6:30 tonight, should the Ray Texans not be able to pull this one off. But if they win, they're in the postseason. Corpus Christi Veterans will sit at home to watch the postseason unfold. But right now, we still have 8 minutes to play in this one, in an all-important game. And this is going to be, by far, the biggest quarter in the Ray Texans season up to this point. Here's Nierenberg, gives it up to Adeola. Here's Stillman in the corner. Straight ahead 3, Nierenberg off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Rankin. Nearly stolen, and Rankin comes up with the ball. And we have a timeout from the sideline as Rankin goes to the floor with the basketball. So we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Clutch call from the bench. The timeout, we'll step away. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Forever memory.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth quarter. Victoria West leading Corpus Christi Ray 55-52. Ray leading by as many as 10. Victoria West has led us by as many as 7. Both teams have gone on their respective runs. But right now, it's the Ray Texans trailing the Victoria West Warriors. The Ray Texans needing this game in the worst way. Swing the ball over to Rankin. In the corner for Victoria West. Over to Posada. Over to Barfield. Barfield gives it up to Rankin. Fires off the three. Rankin scores. Lead up to 6. And here's Stillman trying for the answer. No good. Here's Green in the open court. 3-on-1. Green behind the back. Puts it up and in. But he's going to get called with the travel as he tried to go behind the back. It looked nice, but wasn't legal in the court of play. So it's going to be Ray basketball. I don't think Green needed all the fanfare there. He could have easily finished, but he had to go behind the back there. And it looked like it cost him as he gets called with the travel. So here comes Ray, trailing by 6. Nuremberg trying to dish it out to Cole Dennis in the corner, but Barfield comes up with it. Over to Green. Green over to Rankin. And Rankin going to hold on to the ball for a little while and try to drain some clock as this team enjoying a 6-point lead at this moment. Here's Rankin. Puts it up for Smith. Smith down low, lays it in. And the lead is 8. Hilzanoni catches to Stillman in the corner. Stillman looking for somewhere to go with it as Smith bearing down on him. Nuremberg gets the ball in the back court. Over to Dennis. Pass a little high. Dennis feels the trap there on the sideline. He drives. Finger roll short. Follows his own shot with the putback. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. So we're inside of 6 minutes to play here. Cole Dennis at the line. His team trailing by 8 in a game they need. And Cole Dennis knocks in the free throw, makes it a 7-point game. And the lead's down to 6. We're inside of 6 minutes to play and things starting to tighten up here. Do the Ray Texans have another run in them? And can they get the stops they need against this really, really high-powered Victoria West offense? But the Ray Texans have taken the Victoria West offense's best shots. And here's a drive by Omar Posada. And they have stayed within striking distance and have led for a good portion of this game between the second and third quarters. But in the third quarter, Victoria West taking over, and here we are as they lead by 8. Here's Hilzanoni feeling the pressure. Dennis from the corner, off the mark on the 3, rebound. Here's Green up ahead to Rankin, and Rankin finishes in transition. And it's a 10-point lead for Victoria West. Over to Scholes, puts it up, misses short, rebounded Smith. Here comes Rankin. Rankin directing traffic. Over in the corner to Posada. Corner 3. Omar Posada makes it a 13-point lead. And the Texans are reeling right now. And let's check out that last replay. And here's Scholes. He misses in close, and off and running are the Warriors. Rankin directing traffic, fakes the pull up, gives it over to Posada, wide open in the corner. Can't give this Warrior team those wide open looks, and we have a full timeout on the court. Victoria West leads 67-54. We'll be back.
Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And we're back out of that timeout. The Victoria West Warriors at one point trailed by double digits, and here they are late in the fourth quarter, up by 13, their largest lead of the night. Largest lead for either team, actually. Here's Stillman. Stops, pops, shoots from the corner, rebound Dennis. And we're going to get a jump ball there as Barfield wrestles the ball away from Dennis, and possession arrow going to go over to Victoria West. Here's Posada on the drive. Loses the handle, but the ball's tipped. Ball goes out of bounds. Rankin, long jumper, no good. Rebound, Smith gives it over to Posada, swings it over to Barfield. Barfield on the drive, runner in the lane, high off the glass, no good. And Hill Zanoni going to inbound for Ray. A lot of work for the Ray Texans as they trail by 13, 4 minutes to go. A really steep uphill climb for these Ray Texans. Schultz fires off to Stillman, over to Hill Zanoni for three off the wing, short. And the outside shooting game just not working here for the Texans. They've made a few, but they've been off the mark here, especially in the second half. And we're going to have a timeout out on the floor, and it's going to be called by Ray. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll step away quickly and then come back. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. And we're back inside of 4 minutes to play, and it's a 13-point Victoria West lead over Ray. Cole Dennis has that three go in and out for him. Saved by Posada into the hands of Rankin. Here comes Victoria West. Rankin. Wide open is Green. Green working on Scholes. Finds the double team. Here's Barfield. Splits the defense. Open look. Banks it home. Latrell Barfield. Nice play to split the Texan defense there from Latrell Barfield. He makes it a 15-point game. And we're inside of 3.5 to play. Here's Nierenberg, gives off to Hill Zanoni. Out to Stillman. So a wide open Dennis down low, but Green converges on him. And Dennis throws it away, and here comes Barfield. Here's Victoria West in transition. Nice move by Barfield. No good there, and rebounded there by Zoe Morgan, and he's going to draw the foul. So Morgan at the line. He'll shoot two. Misses on the first. Morgan misses them both. And we're inside of 3 minutes to play. Here's Nierenberg to the rack, finishes. Matt Nierenberg puts in the bucket, and we have a player down. And we're going to pull away for a timeout. Keep it here. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Had an injury on the court. El Zanoni a little shaken up, but walks off his own power. And there's a foul, and it looks like that's going to be on Ray. So that's just going to be the 14th foul on the Ray Texans. Over to Posada. Trapped in the corner. Arreola picks up the steal for the Texans, and back comes Ray. Here's Nuremberg. Finds the lane. Puts it up and in. Matt Nuremberg. Back-to-back buckets for that young man. And the lead's 11. And we have a timeout out on the floor. And we're inside of 30 seconds to play. And it's going to be a Victoria West timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout, and we're going to step away for a bit, and we're going to come back. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. 2:25 to go in this one. It's a 69-58 lead, Victoria West over the Ray Texans. The Ray Texans had control of this game. Second quarter and into the half, but big third quarter from the Victoria West Warriors has really put the Texans in a tough spot here as they trail by 11 with a little over 2 minutes to play here. And the game the Texans need a win should they hope for a spot in the postseason. Here's a turnaround by Rankin, and they're going to call the foul. They're going to count the basket. It's a big bucket there as it makes it a 13-point game. 14 should he complete this three-point play. Kevin Rankin at the line. He's had a good game, as have a couple of other of these Warriors. And Rankin connects, and it's a 14-point lead. Stillman catch and shoot from the corner. Yes. Texans still swinging as they make it an 11-point game. Here's Rankin. Catches the ball, gives it to a trailing Barfield. Barfield in the lane, the runner over Adiola, trying to bank it home. No good, and here come the Texans. Nuremberg in the lane, puts it up, can't finish. Offensive foul, Scholes over to Nuremberg. Nuremberg wide open for three in the corner. Another three for the Texans, back-to-back triples. And it's an 8-point game, and can the Texans mount one last run here as they put in back-to-back trays to cut the lead down to 8 points. Trailed by 14, and back-to-back threes have the Texans in this game here. Over will show you the replay. Back comes Nierenberg. He can't finish, but nice play underneath. That's Scholes. Was able to tap it over to Nierenberg. And Dennis right away back to Nierenberg, who puts in the three. And those of you watching, presumably those from the King veterans side of things. King clinched, they're in. But should Ray fall, the Veterans Memorial Eagles would clinch their spot, and they would have to play a seeding game against the King Mustangs. That's 6:30. Should Victoria West hold on here? And here's Rankin. Back out to the top of the key. Don't know if the Texans certainly need a foul, but they certainly need to get a stop, and they don't get it as Rankin lays it in. Makes it a 10-point game, and that might be the dagger there. Back comes Nierenberg. Tries to dish it away. He gets fouled. And Nierenberg on the inbound here. Then it's over to Scholes, and Scholes nearly loses it. Adiola comes up with the ball. Back to Scholes in the corner for three. He'll get fouled. He'll go to the line. So they're going to be 3 free throws, I believe, here for Drake Scholes. Scholes off the mark on the first one. Those are big free throws. Need all 3 of them to have a chance here. And there's, when I mean chance, an outside chance with a minute to go and a 10-point deficit. And Scholes connects on the second. He'll get one more. He makes it a 9-point game. Scholes makes 2 of 3, and he makes it a 12-point game. I mean, an 8-point game. Adding the wrong way here. Here comes Victoria West. Barfield over to Green. Green loses the handle over to Posada. Posada over to Rankin, top of the key. Rankin trying to do something with the ball. Over to Green, wide open, and Green can't finish. Out to Posada. Here's Barfield from the corner. Barfield puts a ribbon on this one. Lead back to 11. Here's Adiola. Finishes on the other end. And Adiola gets the bucket and the foul. We'll go to our split screen replay for that last one. You see Green misses. Here's Posada, finds Barfield in the corner, and Barfield just wide open. And the game was still sort of in the balance. You see Ray figured they had a couple of chances there, but that wide open three for sure just put the clamps on this one. And there's a quick foul there, and we're going to play the free throw game for a little while. And Texans fouling right now. I mean, they're going to, it's an 8-point game. Clock's still running here. Let me adjust that. 34 seconds to go, 8-point game. Ray needs to hope for at least a split here, and they need to get back the other way, and they got to get buckets, and they got to get them quick. But Rankin from the free throw line makes it a 9-point game. And it's a 10-point game after that. Making. Here comes Nuremberg. Stops, shoots, comes up short. Here's Posada. And they're going to foul Barfield, and he's going to go to the line. He'll shoot a couple. And Matt Nuremberg missing the pull-up three in transition. And a lot of energy in this gym coming in. A lot of talk around this game. A lot of people talking about it, leading up to it. Everybody waiting in anticipation. And the Ray Texans made it exciting, and it's been a good one throughout, but the second half, or third quarter, big third quarter by this Victoria West team has made all the difference. And Stillman fires, gonna get the ball stuck. It's gonna be Victoria West basketball. And Victoria West has been the top team in this district. In a very, very strong district. They've led throughout the entire season. And the Texans started out the season, a lot of talk. Even for myself, I seen them a couple of times early on, thought they were one of the more talented teams in the area, but then the Kings started coming up. CC Veterans had a late run. Flower Bluff, of course. And you see there's a old Dennis coming off the court. Very emotional in here for the Texans. They trail by 10, 3 seconds to go. And Nuremberg gonna end it with the three attempt, and that's gonna be it. The Victoria West Warriors defeat the Ray Texans 79-69. Big, big, big third quarter for the Warriors, making the difference here. And this talented Victoria West Warriors squad coming out showing why they've been the cream of the crop out of 29 5A. And the Warriors, obviously here, district champions, but the Ray Texans, a really strong team throughout, and it is a really, really talented Texan team. I know they just missed the postseason here, but they are very talented, very good, solid program among the, as I said, among the top teams in the area. I believe this has just been one smash mouth tough district here. And every team can beat everyone. You got teams like Moody, Carroll is very tough. Those teams, they're near the bottom here. And unfortunately, when you look at the trio of Ray, Corpus Christi Veterans, and Corpus Christi King, one of those teams not making the playoff. And then unfortunately for the Texans and their following, they fall short here and eliminated from the postseason. But at 6:30, join us as we have King and Veterans in a seeding game. So check back here at 6:30. We'll have that one for you. I'll be on the call once again. So one more time, it's 79-69. Victoria West over the Corpus Christi Ray Texans. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you a little bit later.